Alright guys, last video of the week. I know that makes you sad. So A-45, it's in the green book, page 262, number 10. The question is, are the lines parallel? So once again, lines are parallel if the slopes, that's an S, slopes are the same. So let's go ahead and take a look here. This one in the first equation, right? Our slope is right here. It's in slope-intercept form, so I can just go ahead and pull that one out. And I know of that line, my slope is equal to -1/2. Unfortunately, it's not quite so easy in the second one. So we have the equation 5x minus 10y is equal to -15. And so I have to solve for our friend y. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 5x from both sides. And that's going to give me -10y is equal to, and I'm just going to rewrite this in standard form, and that's going to put the -5x first and then add the 15. And I'm almost done. Now I have to divide everybody by -10 since I'm multiplying y by -10, and I need to get y by itself. So every single term gets multiplied by -10, and I get y is equal to -1/2 x plus, and then I'm going to go ahead and simplify -10/15, and I'm going to say that that's a -3/2. Okay, so I can see in this one here that my slope is equal to -1/2, and now I see that my oh, no, it's not. My slope is equal to, it's negative over negative. My slope is equal to +1/2. Therefore, these lines are not parallel. There we go. Everybody see that? I had a -5. I have -5 over -10, and that gives me a +1/2. So my lines, in fact, are not parallel. That ends that one. Alright, I'm going to have to go fast on number 14 because I have meatballs for my spaghetti and meatballs, and they're almost done. So I'm going to write an equation parallel to the line y is equal to -3x, and it passes through the point 3, 0. So in the equation, let's do this in a different color. Y is equal to -3x. I can say that's -3x plus 0. So as always, let's see here. There is my slope. It's equal to -3. And here is my constant, my y-intercept, which is my constant in that equation, and it's equal to 0. So it passes through, there's my y-intercept, and I go down 3, that's my change in y, and over 1, that's my change in x, and of course that's my slope. I attach the 2 points, and lo and behold, I get the black line there, and then it has to pass through the point 3, 0. So in order for lines to be parallel, therefore I know, let's use another color, my parallel slope has to be the same, so it's -3. So I know my equation is going to be something of the form y is equal to -3x plus b. Well, I know it passes through the point 3, 0. Therefore, I'm going to make that substitution. So there's my y. So I'm going to say 0 is equal to -3. And now I'm going to go ahead and just put my 3 in for x. And then, I still have my plus b. That gives me 0. is equal to negative 9 plus b. I add 9 to both sides of the equation. Oh, that's good. And I end up with 9 is equal to b. So my equation that is parallel to y is equal to negative 3x and passes through the point 3 comma 0 is y is equal to negative 3x plus 9. So if I was to go from this point here, right, I still have to have a slope of negative 3, so I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and over 1. That's going to put me right here. I made a line that goes parallel to and passes through that point. And I imagine this point right here, if I was to continue that, would have to be the point 0, comma 9. And that finishes that one, and hopefully I didn't burn my meatballs. Alright, so on assignment 45, continuing, by the way, my meatballs were fine. I want to find the slope of a line perpendicular to y is equal to negative 8. So I drew the line there, and I drew it in that really pretty blue. I should have been using that blue more often. It's really pretty. Anyway, so y equals negative 8 is a horizontal line, so every point on that line is going to have a y value of negative 8. So I just drew 2 points there to show that. Okay, so in this case here, right, my slope is my change in y over my change in x. Well, that's going to give me, negative 8 minus a negative 8 over a 0 minus negative 3. And of course, that gives me negative 8 plus 8 minus a minus, right? Those both become positive. And the same thing down here, right? Plus, plus. So plus, plus. So that's going to give me a 3 on the bottom, and I get 0 over 3. So this line has a slope of 0. So just by looking here, if I was to draw a line that is perpendicular to it, right, I could find any point here and just drop it straight down, right, and that's going to give me a right angle. Well, the equation for this line right here, that red line, is going to be, x is equal to 3. Okay, well, that vertical line, so this point right here, right, is 3 comma 0. And this point right here, right, is 3 comma negative 8. Once again, it's x equals, the equation of the line is x equals 3 because, x is always 3 on that line. So that slope is going to be equal to the change in y over the change in x, which is going to give me 0 minus negative 8 over 3 minus 3. Once again, that becomes a plus plus, and I get 8 over 0. Well, that slope, my friend, is undefined. So a slope of 0 and an undefined, a line whose slope is undefined will always be perpendicular. All right, there you go. Last one I'm going to do on this problem set, A-45. Number 38, tell if the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So once again, in order to do this, I need to know everybody's slope. So let's go ahead and take a look at these two equations and go ahead and find their slopes. Easiest way to do that, obviously, is to put them in slope-intercept form. So I'll take the first one. So to put it in slope-intercept form, right, I want to put it in y is equal to mx plus b form. In other words, I need to isolate my y. So back over to this red equation, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And because I love consistency, I'm going to write the x term first. And there we go. So in this equation here, our slope is equal to negative 2. And our y-intercept, or our b, is equal to positive 2. And if we come over to the blue line, see, I remember to use the pretty blue. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And I'm going to actually make that an x. And that's going to give me y is equal to negative 2x plus 5. Therefore, my slope is equal to negative 2. And my y-intercept, or my b, is equal to 5. They have the same slope. So what are they? You're right. They are parallel. All right, I'm done. Some of these are the rest of these are a little bit tricky, but we'll go over some in class. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. So for extra credit on your test, one of your extra credit questions will be, what did I make for dinner while making this video?